Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you're new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. Oh man, first things first, I just want to talk about my experience immediately from Essence without reflecting on it, you know, a day removed from it, time to decompress and like kind of get what went on and stuff. I just want to do an immediate. And then I'll also have some stuff to react to with Essence and everything that people said. I'll do that tomorrow. Like I said, give it time to fizzle out, get time to reflect and really think about it, as opposed to just say whatever comes to mind. I might forget something, or it might be more emotional response and things like that. Essence 2025 for me, bro. Not gonna lie, it was lit. It was lit. Tonight, I went to my first Essence show ever. I've been going to Essence since I was a kid. 15 was my first Essence festival. I went with the family. The family took me down. And then, but after that, I never went again. We were supposed to go again 1 year, but then my aunt died, so we didn't go. And then that was it. Like ever since then, the family never went back. So after that, I started going for work from 2022, 2023, 2024, and now it's 2025 with my new job. So I've been the past 3 years with my old job, and now I'm here for the first year at my new job. I now just went on my own and stuff like that. So with that being said, this was definitely the lightest year in terms of attendance and everything like that. Definitely the lightest year. The actual show, the one complaint I have about it is, okay, if it's gonna, you know, okay, it's gonna take this long to set up the stage, right? If it's gonna take that long to set up the stage, and you knew that after the whole Lauryn Hill fiasco. The Lauryn Hill fiasco goes viral. Lauryn Hill set doesn't start till 2:33 a.m. It doesn't end until 3:22 a.m. Local time. And that was, I think that was a Friday night. That was Friday night with the Lauryn Hill. So you knew tonight was going to be even worse. So I'm pretty sure it's bad. I already left beforehand. The only reason why I even stayed as late as I did was because of Master P, because I knew I had to stream and then, you know, upload the stuff afterwards before I go to sleep. So yeah, that's the only reason why I even stayed as late as I did, because it was Master P's last performance. It's Master P in his hometown. You know, people are already fouling out as the night went on because, you know, it was past midnight. But I stayed to give P that respect, everything like that, give him the send-off that he deserved. He's a mogul and a legend in the game and hip-hop, so I wanted to make sure he could have those flowers while he still smelled them. So I stayed to the end of that. That was probably like 1:30-ish, 1:15. Yeah, it was like 1:30-ish. And so at 1:40, I walked out. 1:40, I walked out of the Superdome. And yeah, and you know, they're changing the stage at that point for Boyz II Men. So Boyz II Men probably went on about 2 a.m. And by 2 a.m. I was already back in the crib. So there was that. Yeah, like I said, what I would change with it is just the timing. You know, okay, if you know it's going to take this long to set up between stages and everything like that, between sets, what I would do, I would start the show at 5 p.m. The convention center closes at 5 p.m. for those of you who've never been to Essence Fest. Convention center is free. Like I said, all the previous 4 years that I've been throughout the past couple of decades, 2010 and now 2022, all the way up to now and stuff like that. I've just done the convention center and I had plenty to do, plenty of fun and things of that sort. So yeah, the convention center closes at 5. I think if you start the show at 5, the people who leave early, the convention center early to get ready for the show will do so. And you start the show at 5 because you know the artist won't be ready to come out until 6. So the show starts at 6 instead of starting at 8. The show is starting at 8. You take 2 hours off of what happened from tonight. Tonight, the show is probably going to end. Say Boyz II Men went on at 2. Boyz II Men probably be done about 2:45, 3 a.m. at the latest, on the late side. Now you end at 1 a.m. instead. 1 a.m. is ridiculous still, but it's still doable. It still kind of makes sense for a festival with a lot of acts on it and things of that sort on the lineup. 1 a.m. makes sense. Anything past 1:30, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. is crazy, bro. Especially when folks got work. Like, it's a weeknight. It's Sunday. It's a Sunday night. People got work again. And if they don't have work again, if they're from out of town, they probably have flights first thing out in the morning, so they don't have to pay for another, a night at their hotels, respectfully, in New Orleans and things of that sort. So, yeah, man, I would say I would change the timing. But in terms of everything else, bro, it was lit. Like, it was lit. Do I think they could have incorporated a little more New Orleans culture? Yes, I think so. It was crazy because it's like Nas, he had to like force it into his set. Master P, same thing. He like forced it into his set and things of that sort. But I know Lareezy's performed before at Essence. I know D1's performed before at Essence. But I would have liked to see those two perform again, especially with Lareezy, coming out with the joint with PJ Morton this weekend, and they had a album listening party. I was so upset. I did not know about it until after the fact. Lareezy, I've been to pull the curtain back. I've been chasing down Lareezy feels like the past month. I've been chasing down Lareezy. I can't get a liked comment from him. I can't get a liked inbox from him. I can't get his father to respond to me. Bro, it's bad, dog. I'm trying to get in contact with Lareezy. He has an official website where, if you want to give him the full rundown, you got to give him as detailed as possible and stuff like that. I've been putting it off because I didn't want to put an exact dates and detail. I didn't want to put it in a box. I wanted it to be what he wanted to do, when he wanted to do it, when he was available to do it. But, I think at some point I'm going to have to just put it in a box to get their attention because they have a certain way to go about things and we could go about it that way. But, yeah, I would have loved to have seen PJ Morton and a Lareezy set. I know Solange has done Essence multiple times before, but she's so intertwined within the New Orleans community. I think she DJ'd a set at Uber One during Super Bowl week. That was a party with Travis Scott performing that I have clips on. I left when she was DJing because after Travis Scott performed, I went over to Shaq's Funhouse and got the Shaq interview and stuff like that, and Sexy Red and a lot of the other interviews that you guys might have seen on the channel and stuff like that. But yeah, what else do I want to say? Yeah, a little more New Orleans culture, a little more Frankie Beverly tributes. The Quincy Jones tribute from Jermaine Dupri was A1. The DJing he was doing, it could have been a bit obnoxious with the let's run it back. Cutting off to the next song right when it gets to the hook and everybody want to sing the hook of the song. But I mean, in terms of song selection, actual playlists, and the way he laid it out of like intertwining live performances with him just playing the records and having the crowd sing the records, insanely popular records and stuff like that from the mind that is Quincy Jones, and reminding people this is the genius of Quincy Jones. This is the mind of Quincy Jones. Who thinks of this? How can you even loop this and make it a song and put it out and just stand on it and have that type of confidence in putting it out? All of those things that JD said, it was just great, bro. JD's the GOAT, dog. He's the GOAT of like his lane of producing and songwriting and stuff like that. Obviously, everybody says like, him versus Puff, the South versus East Coast. And I would have loved to have seen that versus, but I think with the recent happenings, recent dealings with Puff going to jail and having his trial going on and stuff like that for very serious charges. Even if Puff walks with the sentence and say he's sentenced to 3 years, 2 years served, 1 year probation, 2 years, in 2 years he already hold on. 2 years to serve, 1 year probation, 3 years, and they already give him to 2 years that he's been in jail already and let him walk free. Even if that happens, Jermaine Dupri's now rushing right back to Swiss and Timbaland, like, oh, let's get it done. Like, and Timbaland don't have the best PR right now. Like hosting mad kids on Twitch and Send in your music. Let me listen to your music and rate it live on Twitch. Kids been doing that for the past 2 years. Smiling at Timbaland. Is Timbaland gonna like my song? Is he gonna like my song? Watching it on stream, and he turn all y'all jokers into some AI. It's crazy. It's crazy how life works. But yeah, man. In terms of New Orleans culture, I do feel like it could have been a little more New Orleans culture-ish throughout the weekend. You know, I had some folks from New York down here, and they was asking me about like they were mad they missed the veto the night before. They were like, "You like the veto? You like Afro beats?" And I was like, it's not too much for me. Like I know y'all love it up there in New York, but for me, it's just like something I feel like they just trying to be forced on us, and I felt like it's been like that probably around the time of One Dance, bro. Ever since One Dance, it's like people just been trying to force Afro beats onto us. And for me personally, bro, I'm from Atlanta, dog. I'm from Atlanta, from the hip hop capital. We listen. I want to hear trap music out in public. I want to hear rap music. I want to hear hip hop. Like that's what I want to hear, and with the touch of R&B. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my couple singing songs and stuff like that. Let me get off the I can hear your heart crying out for like I want that with the mixture of the hard stuff. Like I want that. You know what I mean? I'll pause. That was crazy. My bad. I didn't even mean to gesture. But yeah. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear Bontita the Bunaba. Don't think that like I just don't want to like, and it's great. I know all the basis of black music, black American music comes from the homeland, the motherland, and the Caribbean. The drums and the rhythm and all of that. It's the bass line, the base of hip hop and R&B as we know and love it on the American side. But please, bro, please stop trying to force it on me, dog. Like, is everything ain't for everybody. And it's crazy. I say that because I still know some people who are immigrants and descendants, you know, first generation, everything like that, second generation. And they'll be in the club and they complain that, you know, the Afro beats and their music didn't be playing. So I guess different strokes for different folks. However, for me in my house, as a black American, as someone from Atlanta, I just want to hear some trap music, bro, and some rap music and some R&B. That's it. Like we could do the one song Gasolina. We could do the one song Everyone Fall in Love Sometime and keep it pushing. I'm not trying to do a whole set of Caribbean and Afro beats and all that and stuff like that. And I guess that's what some of the, you know, kind of previews of what we're going to see tomorrow with all the reaction and stuff of what people are complaining about with Essence Fest. I think another reason the Target and AT&T, we knew about Target because we was already boycotting Target. I think A&P getting their tone deodorant and body care products in Target and then streaming in there overnight to promote to people that it's in Target. I think that is a bit of a strategic move for sure on Target's end. They're like, okay, let's get back on, you know, these kids' good side and stuff like that, because A&P is a fully black group and everything. So it's very strategic. Is it gonna work? Determined, yet to be determined. But yeah. So you had Target. Target booth was one red flag. Okay, I'm just not gonna go to the Target booth. Apparently, the AT&T people had a banner that was like, "Don't say, you know, Trump is oppressing us. Say, you know, the powers that be are holding back the culture." It was like verbiage that they had to use going into it. And AT&T had, you know, two big old booths and tents and stuff like that with A-list artists performing. You know, Pastor Mike Jr. performed tonight, and it was just, I don't know, man. I got a lot of good stuff. And I think when I leave that crib, like when I go outside and I come back with the IRL content, it ain't too many people I feel like seeing me for real. Cause I give you the vlogs, I give you the interviews. One man. It ain't no, you got a producer, you got an editor, you got a reporter. One man crew now. And I'm doing that on top of streaming every single night. And you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, to God be the glory. Ain't none of it is me. Thank you for the abilities and the energy and the motivation to do this. This is just for anybody else who's listening for motivational purposes only. You can do it. There's no excuse to it. Get to it. You see how I did that there? But yeah, man, that's what I wanted to say about that. I'm going on a tangent here for 15 minutes. Is there anything else about Essence Fest that I want to say immediately? Oh, yes. The Essence app was good. It was good. I didn't know where stuff was like within the convention center because they would have like the little logos or like, things and stuff. I kind of eventually figured it out by default by the end of the convention, but I still didn't really know. But it was good, the fact, because the night before every night, I would just go through it, right? Late night, what time I need to wake up for my first one. I would screenshot the ones that I wanted to go to, the events that I wanted to go to, and I could just use that as my schedule. So that's how I really got the most out of my experience. So I got to see, you guys saw Drewski, you guys saw Zoe Spencer, and then I ran into Jamila Bell just from the Zoe Spencer joint. Also, it was a couple other people that like stuff just happened back to back, but it was also like planning. It was intentional. At 2:20, this is happening. At 3:00, this is happening. Cheryl Swoop stuff. That stuff ain't even up yet. I got some stuff, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got some stuff. So be tuned. Check out the shorts, everything like that. Most of the stuff is gonna go in the shorts, and y'all gonna see that fire. I promise it's fire. So, anyways, let's get into this part. Christine Brennan versus DiJonai Carrington after 16-minute intro. You gotta love it. Oh, yeah, gotta love it. Christine Brennan versus DiJonai Carrington. Now, these two have had a history together. I believe it was Christine who was when DiJonai accidentally poked Caitlin Clark in the eye. She said, "Now, why would you hit Caitlin Clark in the eye?" She said, "Dang, the way you wording this, you making it seem like I did it on purpose. I didn't do it on purpose. We just playing basketball. I'm just playing defense. I accidentally poked her in the eye. Like, it ain't no biggie." Woo woo. So that was the first time I even heard of Christine Brennan. And they said apparently she's been doing this for years throughout her career. Like, this is kind of her shtick. This is her thing, to appeal to like the right wingers and conservatives and stuff like that by saying extreme stuff. And I know every time I say this about somebody, and I say that, they're like, "Oh no, they're telling the truth. They ain't because of that." Okay, all right, buddy. Do I have a house to sell you? Anyways, is anyone else going to question how Christine Brennan allegedly knew how Alyssa was receiving voicemails on her personal phone for him? No, we just pay attention to basketball. This ain't high school. What does your response have to do with my tweet? Reread it. I read it. Same question. What does your response have to do with my tweet? A journalist is publishing a book about women's basketball players. You don't actually love women's basketball if you're apathetic about the athletes who play it. Sorry. You made up assumptions there. Spelling it out for you. All the gossipy crap and narratives that are run by people like you are tarnishing the game and the league itself. I'm around high school kids all the time, and you sound like one. Yikes. Gossipy crap and narratives. Like, this is middle school lunch table discussion and not a response to an excerpt from a book being published that's advertised on CNN right now. I don't see you being able to understand the issues. Sad. Oh, I tarnished the issues with what I said. Please know that I can never tarnish the league more than it's already been tarnished by an inept commissioner, shady finances, terrible media coverage, and its failure to protect its players against finding everything from injury to harassment. Dang, I ain't gonna lie. She ate that with a one. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I feel like there needs to be, like, there's definitely a line between gossip and just like giving the people what they want and just asking people the questions, bro. Like, me, I ask a lot of questions that people just be wanting to know. Like, the first thing you hear when you hear somebody's name, if it's, "Dang, don't buddy got allegations," we gonna have a cool conversation. But trust, I'm gonna ask you, "Hey man, you kind of been through everything, ups and downs. Like, what did you learn through the downs, and how'd you get through it? And how you look to press forward this next chapter of your life?" We're gonna bring it up. We're gonna bring it up every single time because first, the athletes appreciate it. The transparency and the willingness, the balls to ask something gutsy like that. And plus, it's what the fans want to know. At the end of the day, bro, we are the media. MED. We are the medium between the consumer and the product. So it's like if the consumer wants to know, hey, what's going on with Aaliyah Boston? Hey, how long is Caitlin Clark going to be out? Hey, why did coach run this play instead of this? I'm watching from home and I'm just like, why did he do that? It's our job as the media to ask those questions along to give the fans the answers that they have paid their hard-earned money and time and attention to pay attention to. So there it is. All right. According to the league official, let me see. Here we go. Behind the scenes story of a WNBA controversy, Caitlin Clark, DiJonai Carrington, and the journalist questions from Christine Brennan of CNN. Editor's note, the following was adapted on Her Game, Caitlin Clark and the Revolution of Women's Sports by Christine Brennan, releasing on Tuesday, July 8th. All right. A little more than 36 hours after the Indiana Fever season ended, at 1:41 p.m. Eastern on a Friday, September 27th, the Women's National Basketball Players Association posted a lengthy statement on social media on behalf of the 144. This week was dedicated to celebrating and amplifying Asia, Caitlin, DiJonai, and Afisa for their hard work and truly exceptional performances all season long. We were not going to distract from their businesses, nor will we dim the glow of the spotlight that have centered on them. They have earned the focus and celebration. But we will take this moment to now stand up for them and the rest of our members, every single one of them. There it is. Because we call BS to the unprofessional members of the media like Christine Brennan. Oh, so she got her panties in a bunch because the Players Association called her out last year. Players Association called you out, and a year later you want to write a book about it. You want to write a book about a league that you ain't even been covering for real for more than a year. What are we talking about right now? And now you're going to write a book about it because you all of a sudden an expert. The way, I'm going to tell you something, y'all. I'm going to take off the share thing for it too. I'll tell y'all something. The way that people have pimped Caitlin Clark's name has been disgusting. It's been disgusting, bro. Like brown, white, you know, when people say, I don't care what color you are. Purple, yellow, brown, right? Like people who say that, they be like the worst folks. Anyways, regardless, any reporter, bro, like I said, Asian, Mexican, Middle Eastern, white, and black, I do not care. The way that y'all been running Caitlin Clark's name into the ground and making this lady, Christine Brennan, asked an out-of-pocket question about Caitlin Clark. It went viral, so she got that story in that first little thing. Now, the WNBA PEA called out what she was doing was unprofessional, and we got to check members like that and the unprofessional because we're tired, we're fed up, we won't tolerate it anymore in our game. Y'all got to stop it. The league has to do something to stop this because y'all giving credentials to people who are obviously there to not watch the game but just troll us in person for the sake of their money and their content and things of that sort, right? This is what I got sent back from New Orleans. It was pretty much just like a plane ticket and like, yo, we could do ABC at your speaking event to really teach the kids about the streaming stuff. So I got sidetracked there. The point of this was the girl looked cute enough to where it's like, okay, we could bring you on, we could do some business, things of that sort. You get her. Dang, what am I talking about, bro? I just lost my whole train of thought. Holy shnikes. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going to start over. The Caitlin Clark thing, right? Caitlin Clark. You asked the girl, DiJonai Carrington, about the Caitlin Clark thing for views. You get the views. The WNBA Players Association calls you out for it. And what do? You get your panties in a bunch and you write a whole book about said player with said player centered at it to talk about your viral moment of a viral moment. Boy, if you don't get y'all soft, Charmin soft. Yeah, Jeremy Bridgeon, you are not fooling anybody. That so-called interview in the name of journalism was a blatant attempt to bait a professional athlete into participating in a narrative that is false and designed to fuel racist, homophobic, and misogynistic vitriol on social media. You cannot hide behind your tenure. Instead of demonstrating the cornerstones of journalism ethics like integrity, objectivity, and fundamental commitment to the truth, you have been chosen to be indecent and a downright insincere. You have abused your privileges and do not deserve to be credentials issued to you. And you certainly are not entitled to any interviews with members of this unit or of any other sport. Those credentials mean that you can ask anything, but they also mean that you know the difference between what you should and should not. We see you. Our relationship with the media is a delicate one. We will continue to strengthen because the media is essential to growing the game. No one knows that better than we do, but the players are entitled to do better. They are entitled to professionalism. We call on USA Today Network to review its principles of ethical conduct and newsrooms and address what we believe is a violation of the several core principles, including seeking and reporting the truth. USA Today Sports should explain why a reporter with a clear bias and ulterior motives was assigned to cover the league. We also urge the league to review the policies and to take measures within such issues, protecting the integrity of the game and its players. Carmichael Johnson, Executive Director. 2 hours later, USA Today took its turn posting on social media. Journalists ask questions and seek the truth. At USA Today, our mission is to report in an unbiased manner. We reject the notion that the interview perpetuated any narrative other than the player's perspective directly. Christine Brennan is well-regarded as an advocate for women and athletes, but first and foremost, she's a journalist. Roxana Scott, USA Today Sports Executive Editor. How did we get here? This is what happened. Almost exactly 3 days later, just before 1:20 p.m. on a Tuesday, September 24th, in the game 1 and 2 between the Fever and the Sun playoff series, DiJonai Carrington walked across the court at an empty Mohegan Sun to speak to a knot of reporters there to interview both teams about their respective practices. Social media was running wild with videos and photos of Carrington's fingers hitting Clark's in the eye, with substantial claims and insinuations that Carrington had tried to injure Clark. There were also other videos of making rounds on the internet in which Carrington and her teammate Marina Mabry were seen laughing later in the game, including Mabry monitoring with her fingers. It appeared that they were mimicking the former NBA star athlete Carmelo Anthony's gesture of celebrating a three-point shot, but the internet was rife with questions. Excuse me. Questions, comments, rumors, and innuendo about all of it. And since social media had driven so much conversation about it all, and since social media had driven so much conversation around the WNBA this season, there was only one way to give an athlete in question a chance to clear the air, and that was to ask Carrington about it. So I did. DiJonai, when you went and you kind of swatted at Caitlin, did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so or not, either way, could you talk about what happened to you on it? She still doesn't see what she did wrong, bro. I'm not gonna waste my time with this. Like she's dedicated to just like, hey, I believe what I believe. Forget you if you don't want to ride with me. I think it's very dangerous thinking. But DiJonai was tweeting about this. This is what made it a versus. This is why I decided to put it up. She just put the Pinocchio line, cap, laughing emojis. She said defamation of character at this point. And she like started yawning because I ain't worried about nothing. I'm about to sue you, is what that sounds like. If you know, you know, though. Buddy is also lawyered up and securityed up and things of that sort. Okay. It's been 30 minutes. I think I'm going to look at this Charleston White thing because I'm falling asleep. And then that might be it for me tonight.
Since I said that, I want to take the time to apologize to Carmelo Anthony's family. Man, I was all the way wrong about that kid. I was all the way wrong about that kid, homie.
Yeah, he was just indicted.
I was all the way wrong about that kid. I met with his father. I've been meeting with his father regularly. And I had opportunity to talk, piece him up. He go beat these charges. I was under the impression that he brought a knife to school. So take a knife to school. Fuck him. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these two white boys. These two white boys just came over there because he was with another kid that knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who these big old white boys, big white boys. He a small frame kid. One of the white boys was on that side, one of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had him blocked in. And these some big white boys. These are some big, violent, aggressive white boys who got guns. And not only that, the one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy coming into the picture playing like he been around. The dad ain't been around. We would think the black dad ain't around. The white dad ain't around. The mother don't even identify the daddy as the husband. So he must have been an abusive father. He ain't even been in their life. So he just come and get in the light. He just come and get in the light. So he a low down dirty cracker. His sons are bullies. They bullying on the kid. They no, because he black. Get from up under the tent. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere. And they got a reputation of beating up people. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments. Big old strong cracker. He should have killed both of them. He should have killed both them Pepperwoods with a that's minding his motherfucking business, that don't bring harm to nobody. This kid ain't a bad kid. These bully white boys just fuck with the black baby. So now they trying to make it about race. No, it ain't about race. Justice was served when he killed that cracker.
Uh-oh.
Self-defense.
Uh-oh.
And the reason I say that is anybody can go see the video. Why do you think the media outlets ain't promoting to go see this video? You can go up to the school to see it. And if you go up to the school and see it, we all to see this kid will be found not guilty. But because it's in an all-white town in Crackerville, and they done made it about race, whoever Sarah Fields is, Sarah Fields, you a rotten motherfucker. And if I just had some time, I would put an army behind this family, but I ain't got time. It's supposed to be an army because Sarah Fields and the father and somebody who works for the court have been releasing Carmelo Anthony's family information to Sarah Fields. She's been putting it online, and the white folk been going. So they've been having to move. All those lies made up, homie, they can't even get the GoFundMe money. So they hadn't even got, they can't even touch the Go. So they just trying to smear a campaign, but that's what the cracker do.
Uh-oh.
Boy, I wish I can go back to when I was seeing the type of shit. Boy, I wish they could have caught me 3 years ago when I was really on my let's go get the cracker shit. But homie, I wish I ain't got that spirit no more. So I'm saying, why black people ain't rallying around this family as they tried to rally around in the beginning? They are threatening this family. Homie, they keep having to move.
But how do you don't just lose the spirit, bro? It's either you got it or you don't.
No, you do lose it. You do lose it.
So you sold out.
No. You lose it. Everybody loses.
All right, man. That's Charleston White right there. Pretty interesting take. Things of that sort. Very, very short stream, only 33 minutes. But I'm gonna end here because A, I'm falling asleep. But B, because I just have so much dang content, dog. So in the coming days, hopefully by the end of the week, I could have the tank on load and get this thing done. So keep providing and pumping out this good content for everybody. And then also, as always, my name is Rashad Milligan. Please have a good morning, have a good day, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good night. Have a wonderful, marvelous, extremely preposterous day. This is the world of 10K subs again. I will see you again tomorrow because I stream every single day. Peace out. And hopefully it'll be a lot more energy and a lot longer. And earlier too. But until next time, I'm out. All right, peace.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
Trump,
What's up, Rashad?
What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.